Good afternoon, students. For today's session of Excel, which Rajni sir. Rajni sir, we can start by 1:05. For 5 minutes, we will wait until the attendance come. By 1:05, we will start. And I have made the live right away, but we will start at 1:05. Okay, sir.
Hi, good afternoon. Hi, good afternoon.
Yeah, sir. I have made the live, but we will start by 1:05. 5 minutes we will
105.
wait. Yeah, we will wait for some attendance. Once they join, we will start
Oh,
by 1:05. Okay, sir.
sure.
Sir, we can good to go. We can start the class. Um,
Hi, good afternoon. We'll start. Shall I directly start?
yes, sir. You can start this session, sir.
Fine. Before that, let me take the questions, if anything you have, uh, till the part we have done. Okay. I will take the questions now. You can put the questions in the Q&A section. We will be informed. When will the recorded class? I mean, August 3rd recorded class available in the site. Okay, that you will be notified about that regarding the recorded classes.
Just hold on, sir. Dear student, right now the link which you have received, if you open that link in the Chrome browser, click by watch web instant, yeah, that is instantly available. Recorded classes are instantly available. But once it get posted in a institute website, it will be notified to you. So go through the classes accordingly.
All right. Okay, so guys, any questions, guys? Or if you're clear till this part, you can put a clear message also so that I can take it forward. One who knows the coding and ChatGPT, who will be faster? Good question, guys. It's all how clever we are working on. If you know both, you can get the basic coding and you can even change. You can customize that coding also according to your requirement. It's not about being faster. Definitely, ChatGPT will be faster because the otherwise you have to type the code, no? All right. Clear. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Clear. Any? Please put a clear message, or you can check your questions. You can check your doubts so that we can take it forward. Only very few have responded now. I want each and everyone to respond. All right. Clear. Okay, fine. Now let me get to that screen. I'll share the screen. Okay, so we had developed the code, we have inserted the code, and we have tried whether this is working or not, and it was working perfectly. Now the next thing which we are going to do is we are going to learn how do we create this tab and how do we insert this button. Okay, and how do we assign that particular code to this button. Okay, that is what we are going to learn now. So for that, uh, go to any tab. Okay, you can go to any tab and right click on the blank space there. Okay, go to any tab. So here we have a blank space. So right click there and click on customize the ribbon. When you click on the customize ribbon, another window will get opened. You will get another window here. Okay, here from choose commands from in this box. In this box, you will find something called macros. Okay, in this box you'll find something called macros. So all the macros which we have written in the code editor, okay, those macro names will be shown. All those macro names will be shown. Okay, so what is this macro name? Let me get you to the code again. Okay, and this. Okay, this was my code. So public sub. After that, you have something called create index sheet. This is the name which I have given or ChatGPT have given. You can change this name also. That is not a problem. This name you can change because this is the name which I am going to give for this entire macro. Okay. So this is the macro name. This is the macro name. All right. So when I am getting to the customize ribbon, from the macros, when you're selecting the macros, all those macros which is there in that VBA code editor will be displayed here. Okay, now you must select the macro in which this create index sheet macro has been written. I am selecting that. Okay, now inside in this, you cannot directly add to this. Okay, you do not have any permission to directly add to even the home tab or the insert tab. Okay, you cannot directly add to it. For that, first thing you need to do is you need to create a new tab. Okay, the first thing is create a new tab. So this is the tab which I have already created. See, index sheet custom tab. Okay, this is the tab. So I'm clicking on the new tab. So automatically the new tab icon will come and here I can give the name. Okay, name of the tab. So that name will be shown here. That name will be shown here as the tab heading. Okay, under the new tab, you can have a new group. So new tab, then new group. This is also very important. Okay, new group. Okay, so here I did not give any name to the group, but I just created a group. That is why the default name is new group. Okay, now after opening the new group, I have clicked on this and clicked on this add button. I'll repeat the steps. Click new tab, give the name for the tab, click new group, you can give the name for the group, click on that group and click on the module, click on the macro name and click on add. Right? When you're trying to add this, for example, I'm trying to add this into a new tab, new group. Okay, I'm selecting this group, I'm selecting this and clicking on the add. So, right, I'm getting module 1 create index sheet. Okay, right, this is the same thing I'm getting here. Now I can change the name. I can rename this name of the button and I can change the icon also. For that, right click on the module name and click on rename. When you're clicking on the rename, this box will get opened. From this, you can choose an icon. Which icon is to be displayed? Okay, I can choose any icon from this. Okay, and I can name, I can give what is to be displayed on that button. Okay, I can give that text which I need to get it displayed on that button. Right, so that is how I have got this. So this is the tab. New group. Can you see the new group? Okay, this was the group. Under that new group, I have this. And this icon is the one which I have chosen. And this is the display name I have given. Great. So only three things. Okay. New tab. new group. Okay, and in new group you can add the macro and change the macro name or change the display name and change the icon. That's all. That's the only thing which you have to do. All right, this is how you add your own tool to the toolbox. Any doubts, guys, till now?
Yes, sir. Have you paused the screen or some error happened?
No. I have paused the screen share. I'm
Okay.
asking for doubts.
Okay. Sure, sir.
Students, if you have any doubts, you can put the doubts. Otherwise, you can put a clear message so that I can go to the next topic. I request you all to put a clear message or you can ask the doubts. All right. Clear. Okay, somebody is commenting all doubts, sir. Okay, this doubt you will be able to clear that doubt when you do it. Okay, I hope you have made your own notes by putting all the steps. Okay, it's all about how do you give the prompt. Okay, so understand the requirement correctly and give the prompt as detailed as possible, as if we are trying to educate or we are trying to teach a small kid. Okay, clear. Okay, if we want to better results, we should learn prompt engineering. If you can learn prompt engineering, it will be good only. Okay, it will be good only because that will definitely help you. Uh, because it's all about the prompts. Whether it is ChatGPT or any other, AI chat software, and when you are working with the LLM, okay, it's large language models. All right, so wherever we are doing that, we have to give the correct prompt. All right, now let us take one more example of the same thing. Okay, here we are going to do something else using the chat GPT. Please give me a moment till I am opening that files.
Sir, there are only two
Yeah.
questions right. 2, 3 questions are right.
Yeah, I'm just coming to it. Just give me a moment. I'm just opening the file so that after that I'll come to the chat. All right. So some questions. Can you please explain again how to create that icon? All right. I'll show that once again. Not a problem. When you start PowerPoint and other softwares, there are no other softwares, but PowerPoint will be starting maybe after this. One more example I need to show you. After that, we'll start with PowerPoint. Uh, sorry. Is coding knowledge required for learning prompt engineering? Can a student with commerce background can also learn it? See, prompt engineering can be learned by anybody. You need not have any coding knowledge. You are learning how to ask ChatGPT or any other these kinds of chat softwares to get some things done. Okay, so that is called prompt engineering. So there is an art of asking question. So that art you need to learn. That is the only, that is prompt engineering, right? And whatever we have done now is a part of this prompt engineering only. All right. Now let me share the screen once again. Okay, so let's take another example where we are going to use the same chat GPT only. Okay, so all right. Now here the example I've taken is I have a workbook where I have 3 different worksheet and I also have a consolidated worksheet. Okay, this sheet I did not make using the consolidate feature, the one which we have seen earlier. No, I did not use that feature. Okay, I just created 4 sheets, that's all, manually. Now in each of the worksheet I have a value in C1. January worksheet I have a value in C1. February worksheet I have a value in C1, and even March worksheet also I have a value in C1. Now in the consolidated I want the total of January C1 plus February C1 plus March C1. Okay, so one option is that you can manually put it, right, is equal to we'll go to this sheet, we'll select this, put a plus, again next sheet, select this, put a plus, again select March sheet, select C1 and press enter. Now I'll get the total, right? But instead of that, now selecting this one by one is bit difficult. Okay, selecting this one by one is going to be very difficult if you have more number of sheets. So here I'm using a function called sum sheet. Okay, inside sum sheet I'm giving C1 as the reference, and I'm clicking enter. I'm getting the answer. Okay, sum sheet, inside sum sheet I'm giving C1, so it will take the values of C1 cell from each sheet. This is what sum sheet will do. All right, now if you try sum sheet, if you try this function, whichever version you are using in Excel, this is not going to work. This function will not work in your system because this function is something which I have developed. Okay, this is something which I have personally developed this function. It is not Microsoft. I have developed this function. So when we are talking about the functions in Excel, we have system defined functions, and then we have also something called user defined functions. Okay, system defined functions and user defined functions. All right. Now, one thing common for any function, one common thing for any function is that all the functions will have something called attributes, as we had learned earlier. All the functions will have attributes. It can be called as attributes, or even it can be called as parameters. Somebody called this as arguments. All these are same. So whatever value we give inside this bracket is called a parameter, right? So system defined functions are, for example, sum function, average function. So all the functions which we have learned till now are all system defined functions only. Right, user defined functions is something which we develop. We are going to create a function like this. How do we create? We create it using macro code only. Again I am going to use macro coding for this. Right, now as we already know that we do not know about the coding. We are not at all a programmer. So who will I get the help from? I will get the help from whom? ChatGPT. I'll go and ask ChatGPT. I'll give the correct prompt and I will develop the function like this. Okay. So in this case, I'm not going to type it line by line. I already have a prompt which is there in my text box, I mean in the notepad. Okay. So I'll just read out this prompt. So I'm asking ChatGPT, create a custom formula as a user defined function, okay, which will be called sum underscore sheet in Microsoft Excel. So this is my requirement. Now I must also tell this formula will have only one argument in its syntax. So I'm specifying what is the argument. This is how the syntax will look like. So this is the syntax. This should be the syntax for that function. So is equal to sum underscore sheet. Inside the bracket we are giving a cell ID. Now I am going to explain what is this here. Okay, cell means a cell reference that user will select. Okay, here is the purpose of the formula. The formula has to sum all the numerical values that all the worksheets have in the cell reference selected by the user. So whatever selected by the user, if we give B1 here, this function should go to the B1 cell of all the worksheets. This function will get all the values in the B1 cell of each worksheet. Okay, now I'm also taking a bail here. Okay, I'm just giving them a warning that if there is no values in that selected cell, consider it as 0. Otherwise, see, if this is not there, no, it will give you an error. It will give you an error, right? Now, so I've made the requirement clearly. To make it more clear, I am also going to give them an example. Okay, what is the example? If the workbook has 3 worksheets, okay, let us consider that the workbook is having 3 worksheets. Worksheet A, B, and C. Okay, and if the user writes a formula is equal to some sheet of B6 in worksheet A, then the values from the B6 cell of all the worksheets, that is worksheet A, worksheet B, and worksheet C, will be summed together and will be given as the output. So this is the example I am giving. See, see how detailed I am giving the example, right? So even if you're just giving an example, you must think from a child's shoe. If even a child should be able to understand this. So that is the that is the detail which you have to give it to ChatGPT. Okay. Now one more thing, you might give a prompt. It will give you a code. You run this and you find that your requirement is not done or it is showing some error. Okay, you can come back to ChatGPT in that case, and in the same thread you can tell that no sir, this is not working properly, and this is having this error. So when you're pointing the errors, you cannot blindly tell no, it is not working. No, you cannot blindly tell that. You must specify what exactly is the problem. Okay, that also you should give internet too much of detail, because ChatGPT is not able to see your Excel screen, right? ChatGPT will not come to your Excel screen and no, that they will not ask you to, oh, then do one thing, you connect AnyDesk, right? It will not do that. It will not do that. So you must explain ChatGPT that this is the exact error which I am going to get. I mean, which I am getting. So when I'm giving that error prompt correctly, then ChatGPT will again revise the code. Now the ChatGPT will understand, okay, this is the problem and this is the solution. Okay, so you might have to do this multiple times. Okay, sometime for some requirement you might have to do this multiple times. Only then it will give you a final code which is working perfectly. Right, so that is another important thing which you need to keep in mind. Do not expect ChatGPT to give you the answer, give you the solution at the first option itself. Right. So now when I ran this code, when I gave this to ChatGPT, it gave me a code, and this was the code. Sorry. Where is that code? This was the code. Okay, so function sum sheet, and inside that bracket I am giving cell as range. Okay, again, if you do not understand this, leave it. If you do not understand this code, leave it. You need not understand even one line of this code. You need not understand that. You just have to put this code, and even execution is also not needed, because how are we going to execute this particular function? We will be calling that function from the cell. Okay, we will be calling, this is how we execute that function. right? But in our earlier case, when we were creating that index sheet, I did not call that function from the cell. Instead, I just clicked on the run button. I just clicked on the run button and this code got executed. So there are different ways to get this code executed. Either you can call this function from the cell, or you can click on this run button, or you can add a button, which we have seen in our last class. You can add a button, or you can go to the macros and click on run from there also. So many options to run a macro, right? So here in this example, we learned how to create a user defined function, okay, to get your work done. Are you all with this, guys? All right, now instead of asking GPT to create a code, can we directly link GPT to Excel and ask to create the table or required? No, that option is not yet come. Sometimes they may come up with that also. Okay, they may come up with that also, maybe. Okay, but the problem here is that we have lakhs and lakhs of users for Excel, and each user have their own different requirement. Okay, so it cannot include all the requirements in there, no. So that is why it is not maybe. So that is why we have to ask the ChatGPT to help us by giving a correct prompt. Before chat, how we do macro? We had to write that macro. We have to, in that case, you must have the programming language skills. You must be really good in programming languages. Can we directly copy paste the code from GPT to Excel? Yes, you can. That is what we have done, no? Not to Excel, to that VBA code editor, not to Excel. We need to put it in the VBA code editor, then you need to run that. So we learned a quite bit of macros, guys. All right, but we did not learn programming, but we learned how to get this done using the ChatGPT. Is it possible to use the alternative version of ChatGPT like Gemini AI or Bing AI, etc., instead of ChatGPT in MS Office? See, you cannot, you do not have a plugin. Plugin is not there, but the code which I have generated, that ChatGPT was not at all connected to my Excel. Okay, when I was giving the prompt and generating the code, I directly opened the ChatGPT in my Chrome browser, and then I gave the prompt, and then I got the code. I copied the code and I have put it in the Excel VBA code editor, right? So like that, if you can go to Gemini AI and you can just try asking this question in Gemini AI. Okay, try that. No harm, no. But I think Gemini and Bing also have not grown to this extent, like the way which ChatGPT have grown. That's what I feel. But still, you can try. If we ask ChatGPT to generate the required solution in Excel sheet, Will ChatGPT? That is what we have done, no? Index sheet, we have created a Excel sheet. We have created a new Excel sheet inside a workbook. I know Python. Is there any way to use Python? Not really. Not really. Python cannot be used here because Excel will only support with the VBA, Visual Basic 4 applications. Is it possible to use alternative version? Okay, that I think I have already. All right, thank you. All right. So now with this, we are coming to an end of the Microsoft Excel classes. Right? So we learned quite a bit. We learned quite a bit of Excel. We learned so many functions. We learned basic Excel. Starting from basic Excel, we moved on to advanced Excel. Okay, where we learned about different functions. We learned so many tools in Excel. Okay, now as I was mentioning earlier also, Excel is going to help you out in your CMA career the most. I'm not telling Word and PowerPoint is not important. It is also important, but this is the most important or the most used. This is going to be the most used tool in your career completely. That is why I took so much of time in taking. That is how we. That is why I took so much of time in completing this Excel. Now there is a question: how other non-programming user before ChatGPT use macro, because not everyone know to programming. See, they were not able to do that. That is what those who were not a programmer, those who did not know how to code in VBA, those people were not able to generate macros like this. That option itself was not there. Either they have to rely upon a programmer who should help them, or they can hire somebody who is really good in coding if at all required. Okay, so ChatGPT, that is why I am telling it was a revolution. Okay, it's creating a new, completely a new revolution here. Those codes in the Excel are very hard for me. So if I don't know those codes, will it be okay? Yes, that is what I'm trying to tell you. You need not even know one single line of the code at all. Do not try to understand it. Do not try to understand it. Okay. If you try to understand it, if you are not a programmer, it will be hard time for you. So do not worry about that. Just keep your trust in ChatGPT. He is going to help you out. Do not worry at all. I created an index sheet by Gemini AI. Oh, super, excellent, wonderful. Okay, this is how you explore. Well, very good, well done.
Sir,
Yeah.
only one suggestion to all the students: don't make ChatGPT is your habit. Try to manually do things also, because once you get addicted to that, the manual things will be more tougher for you also.
That is something which I also wanted to tell you guys. As you know, see, if you can learn this programming, like maybe at least the basics of the programming by using some Google or something like that, that will also help you. That will also help you. Then normally the professionals, what they does is that they know it. Only to make fine tunings and all, they will use ChatGPT. All right. So ChatGPT is taking the jobs of the programmers. I will not, I will not take that point. Why? Because see, there should be a programmer. There should be a programmer who is giving the content to the chat GPT, right? It's a big team of people who is actually giving the content. No, that content creation itself is a very big thing, right? It's a huge team of people. Second thing. Now, not everyone knows what is to be done with this code also, right? So, any which ways programmers will be needed, but they will also have to update. That's all. Also have to upgrade. They'll also have to nurture their skills so that they are also in the game, right? What if we have the data which is beyond Excel capacity? Then what to use? If it's beyond Excel capacity, then I think you'll have to go to some Power BI or something like that. Data analytics tools you'll have to use. Did we complete all basic plus advanced topics? Yes, we have completed almost all the basic and advanced topics in Excel. I'm not a programmer, but as I told you, I have learned a little bit of programming. Okay, I've learned a little bit of programming. That's all. Oh, I would suggest you, if you can learn macro coding, it's not a big thing, guys. Do not think that, first of all, as you are all, most of you are from the commerce background, you are under an impression that programming is not my cup of tea. Okay, that is not right. That is not right. You have to erase that thought. I have seen many commerce graduate who does brilliant coding, and those people even they even overtake the other so-called professional programmers. Okay, so first of all, you remove that thought. Anybody can learn programming. Only thing, you'll have to have some interest and passion. That's all. Right? So you can rely on YouTube, or even you can purchase some online courses, or you can go to some centers and learn VBA macros. Okay, so if you can start learning it, okay, and minimize the use of ChatGPT, so that you can minimize the use of ChatGPT. Completely do not rely on ChatGPT. ChatGPT, that is what I'm trying to tell. ChatGPT results will be accurate only if you give correct prompting. If the prompt is correct, then ChatGPT also will give you the correct answers. And yes, sometimes if you ask for some data, no, for example, when did India get independence? I'm just telling an example. Maybe this question ChatGPT will answer. If you are asking a question like this, sometimes the data which is giving by ChatGPT was wrong. That even I also have found it, right? But getting this coding and all, no, then it normally gives you the correct thing. All right. All right. So guys, now before I move on to the next topic, okay. Are you on LinkedIn? Sorry guys, I am not supposed to give you my personal this thing. So yeah. Mention you paused Word for a moment and tell some topic of Word simultaneously. Teach with Excel. That is what. See, when I looked on to the topics of the Word, what I found was that almost all these things which you are going to use in a daily life, I think I've already covered. Still, I'm just checking if there is any pending topics. If it is there, I'll definitely cover that also before we complete it tomorrow. I've been watched your previous sessions. Can you please quickly tell topics that you have discussed? Just the topic names. Oh my God, that itself, topic name itself is going to be a huge task for me, because For the last, I think, 3.5 days, completely we have learned Excel only, and so many topics which we have covered. So it's not easy for me to revise that topics. I mean, even the topic names itself. All right. Sorry, Jeet. Uh, okay. We can also ask for prompt from ChatGPT. Yes, we can ask ChatGPT to give it give the prompt. Oh, wonderful. I tried learn Python but that shake my programming. I couldn't get that. I couldn't get your comment. All right. So fine. Thank you, Ajit, for your understanding. So I was trying to tell, spend more time on Excel. Utilize the features in Excel. That is going to make your job, make your life much more simpler and easier. Learn new things. As I have day one of Excel, I myself had admitted that even after using Excel for the last more than 20 years, and even after training more than maybe 4,000, 5,000 learners for the last 5 years, even after giving consultations in terms of creating MIS reports and all using Excel for different companies, even after getting Microsoft certified in Excel, even after all these things, I still rate my Excel skills as 80 or maximum 85% out of 100% in Excel, because there are still, I feel 15 to 20% is still there is something which I do not know in Excel, right? So that is the depth of the Excel, and people use Excel in different ways. The same function will be used in different ways by different people. So all those come from their logic also. So they use some tricks, which is again, some tricks are still hidden tricks, right? So the only mantra to make use of Excel is that, number one, practice it. Okay, number one, practice it. Second thing, try to put that knowledge in your daily work. Okay, try to use Excel maximum in your daily work. And third thing, learn something new in Excel. Watch, please keep your eyes open, ears wide, so that even in the social media, when I'm opening Facebook, I'm getting at least one or two new tips. And there are some sites where you can subscribe freely without any cost, and they will send you newsletters, okay, with new features which is added to Excel. So all these things you can use. You do not have to spend any money, okay, but you just have to spend some time on this. At least spend some time to learn unknown things in Excel, right? With that closing note, let me close this MS Excel. Now let us open to, let us get into MS PowerPoint. Yeah, it's a very deep sea. You are right. Excel it's huge. So much of things. Yeah. Yes, Kunalji, you are also right. It's an endless sea. Yeah. All right. So shall we move on to the PowerPoint? Yes, guys, just put ready message. Please, send a ready message if you're okay to start with the PowerPoint. You can send a ready message if you're ready to learn PowerPoint. Great. Great. All right. So let me all close this. From where we learn? You will learn it from here only. Okay, okay, you are asking about the Excel, no? Okay, this is what you must make the question clear. You are just asking from where we learn. I do not understand. Now, I suppose, I believe you are asking about how to learn new things in Excel. That's what I was trying to tell. In Facebook or in Google also, just try to search for something in Google in regarding Excel. Okay, then Facebook will also understand that you are interested in Excel. Then Facebook will start showing new posts. Just follow those pages. Okay, follow those pages. That's one. Second thing, in YouTube also there are some channels where some people regularly put new things in Excel. Subscribe to those YouTube channels, and there will be some websites where you can subscribe and get free newsletters. They'll send you free newsletters by mail, and you can take that also. All right, ready. Okay. PowerPoint also, I will be taking you through the latest version only. Okay, I will be taking you through the Office 365 version. Is it possible for you to teach us on YouTube? I do sometimes, that's all. But now this is the in Teams only. I mean, I've been directed to take the class. All right. So now I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so we had learned about MS Word, and what is this MS Word? What type of software is MS Word? It is a document management software. Okay, where we actually create and edit the documents, right? And we also have learned about MS Excel. MS Excel is Excel is a spreadsheet software. Okay, where we have the data saved in a tabular format. Okay, and we do so many calculations, analysis, everything. And the one which we are going to learn, PowerPoint, is actually called a presentation software. Okay, using MS PowerPoint, you can actually create presentations. Right now, before that, I am opening the Q&A session. I am asking something. Somebody is asking me to teach in Hindi. I'm sorry, I'm not really good in Hindi. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. But anyway, and one more thing, we have students from across the country. So teaching in Hindi might, since English is the universal language, so I'm using English. All right, now I'm asking you one question. Why do you want, why do you need to have a presentation software? What is the benefit of using a presentation software? Do not tell me to create presentations. No, that is not the answer which I am looking from you. Do not just tell me to create presentations. That even I also know. My question is, why actually do you want to have a presentation software itself? What are the other benefits of using a presentation software? Sorry, guys. Fine, no problem. All right, so can anyone tell me what is the benefit of using a presentation software as per your knowledge? In summary way, we can explain the project or things. Good, okay. A picture speaks a lot more than words. That's right. Wonderful. Okay. Presentation will help to attract the clients. All right. How it is getting attracted? Why how can it get attracted? Through charts, picture. All right. Users can understand easily. Okay. We users can understand easily when we present. Okay. Precise, concise content of long, hefty topic document. Yes. To report things based on the research to the people. Fine. To convince the audience with the powerful point of our agenda with the help of this tool. All right. Okay, it's easy to understand when we present. Making things very easy to understand. Okay. Precise, concise content of long, hefty topic document. Okay, that's already taken. Without proper presentation, you cannot express your message. That's wrong. I would feel that's wrong because I have seen very good speakers who never uses presentations at all. Okay, the powerful speakers who never uses presentation. So I know that. To present any data in simpler form, such as graph, chart, etc. All right. Presentation is cost effective than printing documents. Okay, for printing documents, you need to print only, right? There is presentation will not be an alternative. To make simple the data and understandable. All right. Concept can easily be understandable. Okay. Presentation software helps you to share your ideas effectively. Good. I think almost all of you are telling the correct thing only, but you are all telling the same thing in different words. Okay, communicating better. You can do effective presentations. You can use so many pictures, graph, chart, etc. to make the presentation attractive, so that people would understand. The audience would understand what we are trying to convince, or what we are trying to, what is the message which we are trying to pass on, right? Now, if you ask me what I felt was, okay, what I felt was, uh, definitely this is going to help the audience to connect to the message, right? Because since this presentation will have some images, so or some important points which is written there, right? So this will help the audience to get connected, because there will be some visual learners also, right? Those who are actually visual learner should definitely have some presentations. Only then they will be able to understand this effectively. Now, another important thing which I think nobody have shared here is that it is to help it it help the presenter also. It is to help the presenter also, right? So the presenter will get the correct flow of the presentation, right? By looking the slides, they will understand what is to be talked, what I should talk next, what should I talk next, right? They should be able to understand. They will also get an idea how the presentation flow should be, right? So this is actually going to help the presenter also, right? So it will definitely help the audience, but at the same time, it will also help the presenter. Clear? All right. Having said that, let me open the presentation here. All right. So as soon as we open the PowerPoint presentation, we will be shown with one particular slide. So here, in Word, each object is a page. In Excel, each object is a sheet. In PowerPoint, each object is a slide. Okay, we call this a slide. The whole thing is one slide. Right, so there are different type of slides available in the PowerPoint. So let us first learn the different layouts of the slides. Now this is one layout where we have a main title and a subtitle which can be added. Okay, now if I'm going to the new slide, okay, I'm not clicking here, guys, I'm not clicking here. I'm clicking on this arrow button. When I'm clicking on the arrow button, I'll be able to find that this is the title slide, which is already taken. Okay, and then we have something called title and content. So we have the title and the content. This content can be either the text in bullet points, or it can even you can even select the image or an icon, okay, or a graph or a table, whatever. All these also can be included in this content. Okay. Now, next one, two content. Sometimes you have to compare two things, or you wanted to put two different points in two different boxes. So we'll have a common title, and we have subcontent 1 and subcontent 2. All right, that is another layout. Next layout, comparison. Okay, we are trying to compare something. So here the only difference from this layout to this layout, the only difference is that you get an option to create two different subtext. That's all. Here there is no subtext. There is no subheading available. I'm not talking about text. I'm talking about the subheading. I have the main heading and directly I'm coming to the content. Here I have the main heading and I have a subtopic subheading, and here also I'm having another subheading. Again, I'll go here. I'll click on the title only. So here there is nothing, no content, nothing. I'm just getting the title. All right. Then blank. If you do not want any content, anything, you need a blank layout. You can go for blank layout. Content with caption. Okay. Here we have a subtitle. We can have some description. Okay. And we can have the content in the bullet points, or you can use the images also for this. Next thing, picture with the caption. So here you can click on this icon to add a picture, right? So these are the different layouts available in PowerPoint. Okay, these are the different layouts available in the PowerPoint. Now, regardless of the layout we select, for example, I am trying to use this layout. Does this mean that I cannot add an image or I cannot add a subtext in this slide? No. Regardless of the layout we choose, we can customize the slide according to our requirement. All right. Selecting this layout, actually, I would say it is only for the beginners. Only for the beginners. Or you want things quickly. For example, to create two boxes, identical boxes, and adding the content to it, maybe it will take some time. Okay, but you can manually do it also, not a problem, but it might take some time. So that is when you can use these layouts. Otherwise, for example, if I wanted to add a picture here, I can go here, insert, and I can add the picture here to the slide. We'll learn about adding the picture and all. Clear? So regardless of the layout which we choose, we can add or we can customize the slides according to our requirement. That is one. Now, second thing, if you right click on a slide, you get so many options here. Okay, you have a new slide or you have a reuse slide. See here, I have something called I have something called duplicate slide. If you click on the duplicate slide, the same slide, same slide, for example, I'm just going to add a content. Slide 1, or I'll give title slide. Okay, I'm trying to duplicate this. So whatever the content is there, or whatever the design which we have used, all these gets applied to the new slide also. That is what happening when you are duplicating a slide. Clear? Now, if you do not want a particular slide to be there in your presentation, you wanted to remove that slide, select the slide and press the delete key. In the keyboard, we have the delete key, right? Press the delete key. This is how we delete a slide. Now, let's also understand some different views in PowerPoint, different views. So if you can come down, the first thing which you can see here is the notes. There is something called notes. Okay, when I'm clicking on the notes, see here, you have to see this closely, watch closely, so that you will find click to add notes. There is something called click to add notes. If I'm clicking there, and you can increase the height. You can increase the height of the notes. Okay, and I am adding in this slide, talk about the profits made by the company for the last 5 years. Okay, so what is this note? This note is for the presenter. Okay, not for the audience. This note is for the presenter and not for the audience. If you are projecting the slide, the screen which you are going to see will be different. Let me see if I can show that. On this. There was a presenter view. 1 second. Let me open. I think that will be that you will get only when you are connecting to the projector, I think. Okay, only when you are connecting to the projector, you will be able to see that. See, what happens there is that for the audience, they will see like this. Okay, for the audience, they will see like this. But in our laptop, the screen will be different. The view will be different. Okay, it will show a slide here, and it will show what is the next slide. On the right hand side, you will also see what is going to come as the next slide. Okay, and you will also find the notes. You can also read the notes from this section. So you do not have to keep some piece of papers ready with the points. Okay, so here you can add the notes and you can read that notes even before the presentation or even during the presentation also you can read these notes. So, but these notes will be visible only in your presenter view. Only in your presenter view. It will not be shown for the audience. It will not be shown for the audience. So that is where notes are important. Many people doesn't use these notes effectively. That's what I have found. Okay, many people doesn't use notes effectively, but I used to use these notes, highly. I mean, I really rely on these notes completely. So while I'm creating the presentation, I'll also create my own notes. So before the presentation, I can just read through that notes so that I will understand. I'll be able to recollect what I'm going to do. Or if there is some figures or some facts which you doesn't remember, you can rely on these notes. Okay, so I normally use notes very much. It's very powerful tool, right? Now, next thing. As you can see here, we have the title slide. You can change the font. All these things, I think I do not have to explain this completely, because with this, all these things you have seen from MS Word also. MS Word also you had similar kind of the formatting. You can change the font size, increase or decrease the size, or bold, italic, underline, shadow, strike through. And this is something which you might not have in Word. I'm not sure. Any which ways, this is called text width. Character spacing. Sorry, it's called character spacing. So here I am choosing the very tight, which means all the characters, in between characters there won't be any space at all. It will be tightly packed. Okay. Then we have the tight. Then we have the normal. And then we have the loose. Loose means you will have more space in between the characters. Then you have very loose. Again, more space. All right. Then you can go for the custom spacing also. You can go for the custom spacings also. All right. Let me get back to the normal. So this is about the font. Now, here you can have the points. You can add the bullet points. But again, even if you do not have that in your layout, okay, you can still add a text box. You cannot directly type. It will not come. It will only come in that title portion only. Okay, you cannot click here and directly type. So to type anything, you must have something called text box. Okay, to type anything, this is a text box. But this text box was already there in the slide. Okay, so now I'm going to add a text box. So insert, under insert we have text box. Okay, click on the text box and then just drag it like this. Okay, here you can add the contents. All right, now how do we add the bullet points then? To add the bullet points, you can use this icon. In the home tab itself, you can have this icon. Click on this icon. Let me type 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 like that. So these are the bullet points. I'll increase the size. These are the bullet points. Now I am going to add one more text box. In this text box, I am going to use the numbering. Instead of bullets, I am going to use the numbering 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 like that. So as I press the enter key, the numbers will automatically get incremented. All right. So that's about the bullets and numbering, and how to add a text box. Inside this box, so now let us assume my title. I'll select this text box. Now I can let us learn the alignments here. This alignments are on the basis of this text box only. For example, I am keeping it, I am changing this alignment to center. So my heading, my text in this will get aligned center in this text box only. Okay, in this text box. So the center is taken in terms of this text box only. So I'm okay. Let us decrease the text box size. So now you can find that this is not getting to the center of the slide. It is only arranging center alignment inside this text only, inside this box only. Right alignment, justify alignment, everything on the basis of this text box only. So that is alignment. Give me a moment, please. Yeah. So somebody was asking me, I have older version of PowerPoint. Is it sufficient to learn? See, the one which I am showing here is Office 365. So many features are on Office 365 only. Some features which I am showing, many of them are there in the latest version only. Older version, there won't be this many of features. But just to have an understanding of PowerPoint, you can definitely use for older version also. All right. All right. Now let's learn something here. I want to have maybe a shape. I'm going to insert a shape. Insert a shape. Insert a rounded rectangle. Okay, and I want this shape to be there in all my slides in the same position. Okay, one way of getting this done is by copying this and pasting it one by one. You can paste it one by one. So that is one way of doing it. Another way of doing it is, so here in this case what happens is that even if you add one more slide, maybe after 2 days you are going to add one more slide, there also you'll have to take this shape manually. All right, so now here I am going to specify, let me just add some titles here. Slide 3, slide 4, and let me give slide 5 here. Okay, I'm just giving some content, that's all. Instead of looking this blank, I'm just giving some content. Now, as I told you, I wanted to have this shape in all the slides. So the easiest way of doing that is go to the view tab. Okay, from the view tab, go to the slide master. Click on the slide master. Inside slide master, on the left hand side, you will see so many slides. Just scroll up. Just scroll up and select the master slide here. Okay, you might not be, it might not be have, by default it might not get selected. By default it will be this selection only. So what you have to do is you have to scroll up and select the master slide. Manually select the master slide. Now this is my master slide. Let me go to the home tab, sorry, insert tab, and let me have a shape inserted. Let me have a shape inserted here. Okay, now I'll go to the view tab again. I will go to the normal view. Let me go to the normal view. Now you will find that the same box is repeated in across all the slides. The same box will be repeated. Okay, now if you want to change this, if you want to delete this from the slides, you won't be able to touch this box at all. You won't be able to do anything on this box. Okay, if you wanted to remove or edit, if you wanted to, for example, if you wanted to increase the size, or if you wanted to delete this box, those things cannot be done from a slide view, normal view, from a normal view. For that, you'll have to go to the view tab again, and inside this view tab, go to the slide master again, and from slide master again go to the top, select the master slide, and here you can change the size. You can change the size or delete or even change the color. Whatever editing you wanted to do with this, you can do those editing. Right guys, so this is called slide master, and slide master you can have many things. You can have many things. You can have a text, you can have a logo, or you can have a particular design, a particular template for all the slides. So all these things can be achieved by using slide master. Right, so that is slide master view. Because I could find that many people doesn't know about slide master. Many people doesn't even know about slide master. Right, so for the benefit of them, I am explaining this. Start using this tool. This is a very good tool, a brilliant tool, where you can have a uniform template for all these slides. Just pausing it here. Any doubts in Slide Master? A participant is asking, sir, notes topic. I did not know, I don't understand what you're trying to put across. Are you asking me to that? Are you asking me to repeat that, or what is it? If you're clear with the topics till now, you can put a clear message. Otherwise, you can ask doubts. Please explain the slides. Slides topic or slide master you are talking about? Can you just tell me? Clear. After qualifying, as we are we expected to prepare presentation for the meetings? Okay, this is something I think Kunal sir have to answer.
Which question, sir?
This is a question from the name C, the latest one.
Okay, sir, after qualifying, as we have to communicate with the CEOs, CMOs and COOs, are we expected to prepare presentation for the meeting? Sir, I don't get the question because after qualifying, for what you want to ask, like this is just a session for Excel and PowerPoint related to your topic of skill training. Clarify it little bit clear. Remaining question you can continue, sir.
All right. How to add alignment to full page rather than on heading? No, you do not have any option to align as to the full page. Sir, slide master is not available in Microsoft. Oh, it's there, no? Slide master. Okay, online version. Okay, online version, there may be a problem. I'm not sure. Online versions of Office 365 doesn't have full features. Okay, somebody was asking me about the slide master to be explained again. So to add, so before that, let me go to the view tab, go to the slide master and remove this. All right, so to add something to all the slides, okay, some uniform text, some uniform shape or some uniform logos in all the slides, then we'll have to use something called slide master. Okay, where do you find the slide master? It will be found inside the view tab. Go to the view tab, go to the slide, click on the slide master, you will get it get a screen like this. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is you need to scroll up. Okay, scroll to the topmost portion and select the topmost slide here. Okay, under this slide we have different slides. Okay, but I'm going to scroll this to the topmost slide here. Here I'm going to maybe add a shape. Let me take this shape and add it to the bottom of the slide. Okay, and let me also add one more shape. Okay, and change the color of the shape. All right, so now I'll go to the view tab. I'll go back to the normal view. Now you will find that each and every slide have these two shapes to be displayed. Hope that question is clear. Sir, you are not visible. Is that your? Do you mean that my video is not there, or the screen is not visible? Screen was visible, right? As we change the size of the shape inserted by using Slide Master, it is reflected in all slides. If we want that all shapes remain same in the size, except in some slides, then how do we apply it? It is possible. It is possible, but it's bit confusing process. I'll try to cover it. Maybe after the break time. I'll try to cover that also. I used Slide Master to put the logo when I made a YouTube video. Super. All right. Kunalji, I just have a very important call to be completed. Okay, so we'll break now. Maybe we can join 5 minutes earlier also. We can join back with 5 minutes earlier also. Maybe 3:25 also we can join.
Okay, sure, sir.
Yeah. All right, so we'll break for now and we'll come back at 3:25 also. Not a problem.
Okay, there will be another link for 3:30. So I think we can end up this session for today.
Yeah. For this,
thank you, student. For today's session, we will right now ending up this session for some reasons. We will continue by 3:25 again. 3:20 or 3:25 we will again start the next session. Stay tuned till that. Thank you, students.
Yeah, we'll meet back again.